I'm off to meet the lovely Woody Steph for lunch in about an hour, so I thought I'd see if I could make my first 50p ATC coin. So let's have a look and see what happens. So I know that one of Steph's favourite colours is green, so the first thing I'm going to do is just make a little background, one of my smooshed distress ink backgrounds. I've got mowed lawn distress ink and a little bit of rustic wilderness, and I'm just going to spritz with some water. In fact, I'm also going to sprinkle on just a little bit of pixie powder in pale olive. It's Pixie Sparkles, so it gives a little bit of a sparkle. It's different from the Cosmic Shimmer pixie powder, and as I say, when I do these kinds of backgrounds, it's always useful to do a whole A4 sheet, because you can cut it down and use it for other things. So I'm hoping that I can get a card and a couple of 50p ATC coins out of this. So that is probably all I want. Pop my block there and just, that is all I want. Now, the lovely Purple Nana did give me a 50p ATC coin template, and I don't know what I've done with it. So I'm going to draw around a 50p ATC coin in a minute. But am I going to stamp and do thing first? No, I'm going to draw first, I think. Yes. So I'm going to select the bits. So this is from the lovely Handmade by Samantha VI Crafting, who I haven't seen around for a while on her channel, or anybody else's for that matter. I hope she's okay. I'll leave a mention to her, link her channel, and perhaps she'll see that I'm thinking of her. So just drawing around in pencil. Like so. And I think what I'm also going to do is draw around some cardboard in a minute as well. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that bit off camera in a minute. Look at that olive Pixie Sparkles. You've got little bits of orange and all sorts in it. It's a shame I didn't select that little bit, isn't it? I like this bit here with a little bit of blue. So I'm just going to come around here because I don't want to waste too much of this background, and I'm mindful that I want to keep a panel for what do you call it, a matching card, because I think Steph, I don't know whether she's mentioned on her channel, she probably has, but she's not been very well. She went away on holiday, lucky girl, and came back and caught COVID. And I know that she's been really struggling. So I'm going to cut these out as best I can, being mindful of not wasting too much of this background, because I want to use it for other things. So I'm just going to cut around this shape here. There we go. I'll just set that to one side for now, and I can then cut these out, and then I'm going to decorate these or do a little bit more on my background. I didn't want to do the whole sheet of background because I might want to do different stenciling and things, if that makes sense. And I'm not too worried about my pencil lines because I shall be distressing the edge of these anyway, or maybe even going over in black pen. I am well overdue an appointment at the optician's, and I want to go on a Wednesday when I'm already in town, just before I go to my knitting group. So I wanted to go kind of like 4 o'clock, and I made an appointment a couple of weeks ago, and it's not until the 16th of November. So yeah, quite a long way to wait. Now I'm building up little bits of texture on the background of this, because actually the focal image I think is going to be quite simple. So I've got one of my favourite Lavinia stencils, and I've just got a blending brush that's got some green ink on it already, and I'm not even going to apply any more ink. And I don't want this stencil on the whole thing, but see, that's quite pretty, isn't it? I don't know whether you can see. And actually, do you know what, I am going to go slightly darker, I think. So I'm going to use just a little bit of Mowed Lawn, and I'm going to just swipe it off on my paper, and then I'm going to over stencil, so it doesn't really matter. That's a little bit better, it gives a little bit more colour. And on this one I think we'll do this side like so. Yeah, and I just want a little subtle hint of that. Then I've got some peeled paint, which is quite a light green colour, and I'm going to come in with this little background stamp that I bought from Funky Fossil a while ago. She had an offer on these little A7 stamps, are they? And they were £3.49 instead of £5, so I bought a couple, and I just love this little dot. So I don't know whether I want no, I don't want it that dark, so I've stamped off. I'm just going to add just little bits here and there like so. That's enough of that. Come in with this one. So although I think the focal images on these are going to be different, the backgrounds are going to be the same to tie them in. There we go, that's all I want on that, and I've got a little bit darker on that, so maybe I just want a little dark bit on that like so. Then I'm going to come in with this, which I've been using quite a lot recently, the Tim Holtz Field Notes, and I'm feeling like I want a little bit of text, but again I'm just going to do it in green. I don't want anything too harsh, and I think I'm going to just dip it in. Let's put it on a little block, and I think I'm going to do Mowed Lawn second generation. Let's decide which we want to be the right way up. I think I want this to be the right way up, so I'm dipping it in, stamping off, and I'm just going to come in like that, and just a little bit like so, and then I want that little bit there on the top, and I've missed it, but it doesn't matter because we're going to cover it up anyway, and I want that way round on this one. So I think we'll just do that like that. There we go. So I've just got a little suggestion of something going on. Then I think I'm going to look at my ephemera. I'm just conscious of the time because I want to try and, well, I'm walking to Woolly Stuffs and I want to try and get a few steps in before we go for lunch, so I'm just conscious of the time. If I don't get this finished in time, I can pop these through her door on another occasion. So there's my little backgrounds done, and I'm going to I don't know what was on this, something light. I'm going to come around the edge of this with peeled paint. And this one. So I had a marathon crafting day yesterday, which was Wednesday for you guys. I don't know when this is going to go up, perhaps Friday, yeah, because it's Thursday as I'm actually filming. So yeah, I had a marathon crafting day yesterday, doing my entry for Jessica Marvel's birthday challenge and Mellis Makes. I hadn't anticipated or remembered how much Mellis required. So yes, it took me quite some time, but it has got me back into my crafting mojo. And I'll give you a little sneak peek. I'm in the middle of a commission for Hunky Dory Craft Essentials series, and I've got to do lots of shaped cards, and that's one little bit that I've done, and I'm not going to do and show you anything else because I shall get sacked. But I've embossed and coloured something, and it's not going to look like this. So Craft Essentials series 140, it is available in January. Yes, so you'll have to see what I've made, but I've got to do 5 shaped cards, and they're going to be quite a challenge because Mike, bless him, the editor, likes to push me to my limits. So now we need a little bit of ephemera on top of this, and I know that she likes sheep, so I don't know whether to save this for the card. It's a very old stamp that I've had a very long time. I don't even know who it's by. Does it say there? Inca stamp. Yes, Inca stamp. They were a UK company. I don't think they're going anymore. But yes, I might just save that for the card. So I think in the interests of time, I'm going to have a little look in my ephemera drawers. So we're going to build up, and I think I want a little bit of twine actually. Shall we? Yeah, I think we'll use that twine for a rustic look, and maybe a couple of beads. Yes, and we're going to just layer up some bits and pieces in green. Oh, there's a nice bright green little thing. Do I want that? I think I want that like that. And we could put a little bit of twine coming out the top of that. Let's have a little look. Now I know that she likes mushrooms as well, but I'm getting through my mushrooms at a hell of a rate. Well, there's a little butterfly. I love these little Tim Holtz snippets and Curator. That's quite nice. What I might do actually is just take the yellow of that down a bit by going over with a bit of green. Yeah, it just makes that a little bit, blend in a little bit more. We'll have you on that one there. What else have we got that we can put in? I like this little label here. That could go there like so, but I need something big to come out here. Oh, there's another mushroom. So yeah, what I like doing is just sticking down parts of the ephemera so that it hangs free like that. And I might just do that like that over the edge. But then I need a little something else behind. Oh no, because I want my background to shine through, don't I? So maybe we'll keep that on that one. Let's see if we can find another butterfly. Yes, there's a butterfly that will blend in nicely. And I've got my ephemera in some units that I bought from Home Sense. They're quite expensive acrylic units, but they were on offer there. I think they were £16 each, and they've got, one of them has got 4 drawers in. It's got a deep drawer, and the other one's got 5 drawers in, and they're perfect for all my little journaling cards and what else? Oh, I quite like that. See, simple. Keep it simple, Ashley. Keep it simple, stupid. Yeah, I keep all my journaling cards in there, and all my little bits of Tim Holtz ephemera, except my paper dolls. My paper dolls are all in a tin. Now, I think what I'm going to do is going to cut myself some of this twine, and I'm going to kind of loop it and make some knots. This is all going to fall together quite horribly, or fall apart I should say, quite horribly. So I think I'm going to do that. Pull that so I've got a loop. Like so. Then I've got these dangly bits hanging down. So I'm going to just put that down with a bit of glue. In the centre like so. Have that off to one side. I'm going to glue this down and then trim off what I don't want. See, it's coming together. Have that layered up like that over there. And then just trim those bits off. And I'll probably save those for something else. I'll just come in with my peeled paint over the edge of that, just to tie that in. Now let's do something fiddly and thread on a couple of these beads. Now there's kind of like these green metallic beads. I'm going to thread it on one of the legs like so, and then I'm going to tie, let's have it dangling down a bit, I'm going to tie that in a knot so the bead is trapped on one of the legs of the string like so. And I'm going to do another one. I'm quite enjoying this. I have to say it is nice to be getting back into a bit of crafting. For me. And I know quite a lot of you recently have said, you know, that you've lost your crafting mojo. Let's have a white one actually. Oh, look, I need a needle. There we go, that's got it. My pork chop fingers. And I'm going to tie that quite close to the bottom. There we go. And I'm just going to trim, I'm going to leave the other legs free, but actually no, what I'm going to do is going to tie a knot in it, just so that we've got a little bit of consistency with both legs. There we go. And this is antique French linen, and it frays quite nicely over time, so I'm just going to cut that like that. Now we want something to build up a bit more layer and cover up that knot, so I think I'm going to do that like so, and then we can put another little ticket over, and we've got our little butterfly as well. I could have gone around the edge of this ephemera with peeled paint, but not to worry. So I'm going to put that like that at a jaunty angle, and it covers that knot up. Let's have a little slurp of coffee. I'm doing okay for time actually. Coffee's nearly gone cold. First one of the day. Now I think actually I don't like that loop, so I'm going to cut it, and I think that looks better actually. Yes, because I can kind of control where that goes. I quite like that. And it needs a little something else, so we will put our little butterfly there like that, and I'm going to just put a little bit of glue on the body so that the wings are free. And we'll put the little butterfly like that, as if he's in mid-flight. So that's one. Now let's see what we're going to do with this one. Are we going to do the same thing with the twine? I think we will, so that there's that consistency and cohesion. There we go. Pop you in my drawer. So I'm just doubling it like so. Going to cut a knot in it like so. We'll have this one going off to this side here. Let's move those out of the way. Oh, that's quite nice. Flower insect. So that kind of ties in nicely with everything that we're doing. Have that a bit higher up. Like so. And we'll do the same thing with the beads on the legs. Try and find those greens. I've had this pot a long time and I love all the little colours in it. So we'll have a green one again and a white one or a cream one, just to keep that consistency going. There we go. That can go away now. Well, I'm going to leave it out in case I can't get the string through these holes. So just cut that and thread this on one of the legs. With my pork chop fingers. I can see actually that that isn't going to thread. It's got a bit of a, sometimes these little seed beads, they get a little bit of themselves stuck inside themselves, and you can't thread them. I need a little bit of fuse wire, very fine fuse wire, or a really incredibly fine needle to poke it through. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Just to save time, I'm going to do the rest of this off camera and show you what I've done. So you saw me struggle to orientate these and I haven't done it right even now. So anybody got any hints on that? Maybe I cut this, maybe I stamped on the wrong side of it and it should be that way around, because obviously it is a shaped thing, it's not symmetrical. It doesn't matter so much on the back. I smudged it there. 50p ATC coin, so this is 1 of 2 and 2 of 2. Those are my first ATC coins. What do you think? Am I going to make them again? I don't know. I think the trend is passed now, hasn't it? But you saw me edge them in construction tape, which I do like. Made a bit of a pig's ear of it. The second one went easier. And then I've made a little card, a 3x6 card, and it just says thank you. And that is it. And I'm going to put my shoes on and off I toddle. This will go up tomorrow, so I will have had lunch.